Greetings, folks. My name is Ron Gamgee, and welcome to Quick and Dirty Roleplaying. So, in my last video on 1D&D and how to under-monetize it, I talked about possible ways that Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro would attempt to remedy the under-monetization of D&D, mainly having to do with making the D&D Beyond virtual tabletop a necessary component of the upcoming 6th edition. I also talked about the bad news related to D&D attempting to transform their game / brand into some sort of subscription or microtransaction model in order to meaningfully participate in playing the official version of the game. And I finished that video with possible solutions to the issues of D&D's under monetization. Well, some time has passed, and as of this video, there's a lot of hoopla about the 1.1 update to the Open Gaming License, which is currently in version 1.0 alpha. Basically, Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro wants to nullify the OGL version 1.0 alpha and make it so that if you want to make third-party content for D&D, you have to abide by the OGL version 1.1, which lets Wizards of the Coast do the following: force you to report your earnings with products made under the OGL version 1.1, force you to pay them a 25% royalty fee if you make at least $750,000 annually if you happen to fall under the terms of OGL version 1.1. Basically, if you're using D&D stuff as part of like those annual earnings, such as say Critical Role. That royalty fee goes down to 20% if your project or product is funded through Kickstarter. They can change the terms of the OGL at any time without notice. And they can claim any products that you've made under the OGL version 1.1 or the previous OGL as their own within 30 days notice. So how do you like them apples? Now, the reason I say force is because they can sick their lawyers on you for violating the terms of the OGL version 1.1. Is it really worth making third-party content for D&D anymore? And who could have foreseen this change to the OGL 20 years ago, when the explosion of D20 products flooded the market, bringing forth a lot of dreck, but also the shining jewel that is Mutants and Masterminds? Or when D&D switched to its 4th edition and didn't make it as part of its OGL, or as part of the OGL, only to get trounced by Paizo Publishing with D&D 3.75. I mean, Pathfinder. Not I, fellow viewers, not I. Now, regarding the title of this video, this is a title I've wanted to use ever since I wanted to make this YouTube channel, as a provocative way to throw my hat in the ring with the Quick and Dirty RPG system. Looking back, I should have done it, but I didn't want to come off like an arrogant fool. In this circumstance, however, I think it's better to be provocative than to be invisible, so I'll simply say it. The Quick and Dirty RPG system is the antidote to D&D. With Quick and Dirty, you can make whatever kind of character you want without having to rely on classes, levels, or point-buy systems. Just talk to the Master of Ceremonies, what the D&D crowd would call the DM, about the kind of character you want to make, and they will help you out. The way you describe your actions actually affects the game mechanics, which incentivizes you to put yourself in the perspective of your character. The cool kids call that immersion. As for what you can do, Quick and Dirty's mantra is, if the rules don't say you can't, then you can try it. As opposed to D&D's implicit mantra of, if the rules don't say you can try it, then you can't. For MCs, which are Masters of Ceremony, I've put a lot of practical tools and advice so that you can run games with minimal prep, as well as how to keep the session going forward in ways that make sense and are fun. For both players and MCs, I've written the book to be as digestible as possible. Most of the individual ideas and mechanics are explained in one page, which are made as PowerPoint slides, and using as much natural language as possible. You don't need to be an engineer undergrad or lawyer to understand what I'm saying or how to use the system. I've even provided a comprehensive example of play so that you have a good idea on how a session might look like. Basically, unlike any other like tabletop RPG book, the format that I wrote the system is that it's a prospective player asking me questions about the system, and then I answer it. I provide an answer, typically within like a page. So the Quick and Dirty RPG system and the character sheets are currently available at DriveThruRPG.com. If you want to incorporate the Quick and Dirty RPG system for any gaming product that you're working on, just email me at wrongwisegamgee@gmail.com. And that's all I really had to say in this video. Take care, folks, and play to find out what happens.